to hear more about your history, because I know you're from Paper Tiger, but I didn't know the sort of details how it all came about.
Okay.
Because it's the International Day of Disability, Rachel was going to talk about that, because she is a therapist for language and deaf people, and she normally does poetry with sign language, which is particularly interesting to see if you're not used to it. But because she can't sadly be here with us tonight, she sent me some poems from a book that is called What Meets the Eye, the Deaf Perspective. And it's a book that contains poems, short stories, and some fiction written by deaf people. So I thought it would be really good to give those people a voice and read their poems. We don't have many, so James is going to read one, and I'm starting with one. And this is by Sarah O. Adedeji. I hope I pronounced that correctly. To be amplified, not nullified, and unified with no room to divide. To be frontline and not pushed aside, and fortified, not devitalized, is all that we aspire to be as we watch our people expire during our attempts to acquire the rights that we so require and the treatment that we desire, but also rightfully deserve, because yes, we may be small when in comparison to you all. But when it comes to our lives, we will grow tall and fight against all that deem us to be small and unworthy of laws, that will give voice to our cause and shine a light on us all that have had to stay in thrall to the voices of the world. Thank you. So that was from the perspective of a deaf person. And I thought it was really quite moving to sort of be confronted with that on such a personal level as well. I have another poem that I want to read, but I think maybe, James, you should read the other poem from the book as well. Yeah, if you could do that now, and then we go back to reading our own.
This poem is, did rather move us. It's by a writer called, somebody called Leanne Herbert. And it's called Why Can't You Learn Sign Language? My eyes bleed as I search for clues on your lips and face, or in the sounds that I hear. My hands ache as I try to not sign to you how I wish you would communicate with me. I'm growing tired of saying the same thing that falls on your deaf ears. Why can't you learn sign language? I'd love to have a conversation with you, with my eyes and hands, while you're still alive. I'd love us to get closer in ways that don't rely on sound. Please, 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 could you learn? If you don't or can't, I guess communication with me is not a priority. I've asked you nicely plenty of times, but now I must keep quiet, as I know you won't change. I still have a flicker of hope that you will, and that's what I'll try to hold on to.
Thank you, Tim. And I'm reading another poem of mine, which is not in my poetry book, but the book is here. Because we've chosen material that sort of fits a little bit with what we are doing tonight. And it's called Buttons and Zips. And it's really a parable? Metaphor. That's what I want. A metaphor for different abilities and different people, different races, different opinions. Buttons and zips. Oh, button, you wonderful thing. Round if you dare, square, holes in the middle, 2, 4, 2, instead of a buckle on a shoe. You can be plain or bling, holding things together by a string. covered in glass or brass is the norm on a uniform. Traditionally, also horn. Historically, you were there first, quenching our thirst as early as the 13th century from Germany to Canterbury. For buttoning up, holding up socks and frocks, decorating blouse and hat, keeping men's flies shut, closing jackets finely cut, smuggling a drug. You reigned supreme, hole and button as a team. Then bang, clash, kabang. In 1937, the zipper beat the button. Interlinking rows of metal teeth appear with a slider running sheer, continuous closing closure, the tailoring idea for men avoiding unintentional exposure. Designed equally for dress and tent, iron-made and capable to bend, connecting parts of different descent. This is fast, not just fastening, but not everlasting. Soon, Velcro is the newest craze, trying to replace absolutely everything, button, zipper, shoestring, so convenient, omnipresent, sadly not that elegant. It's got its uses if you chooses. But recently, the round gained new ground. Pop-out buttons to select radio stations, functions, sound, knobs on synthesizers, electronic reset buttons on the motherboard underscored on your computer for the future. All in all, the landscape has become more colorful. The planet has embraced them all. This is fastening democracy, laissez-faire philosophy, coexistence, practicality. Whatever works is paramount. Buttons, oblong, triangular or round, yellow, black, white. Pick the one you like. There is so much to clothes. Luggage, trainers, clothes, sports gear, politician gowns, costumes worn by clowns. Precious variations living side by side. Velcroed, buttoned, or a slide. Continuous zipper chain in jeans, with a button at the top, the undisputed queen. Thank you. And I think James would maybe want to do one of his poems.